guys, welcome to this double external base design I've built. So before I quickly just show you how it is inside the base and where everything is, I've just built this quickly just to explain to the people who don't understand what it is. So what it is basically two little bases that have these long arms that extend to each other's base. And what it is this part here is the connecting piece. Without this piece of twig, this TC is not connected to this arm. When the twig is in place and is connected to this arm, the building privilege comes down and covers this base. So what happens if I show you now, if I grab another TC, sorry, 1 second, there we go. I'll grab another TC, and if I break this TC, if someone raided your base, they cannot place another TC down, so they can't grief you. So what would happen is you might lose one base, and you've still got your other base, and then all you want to do to put your TC back down is come over here, break this piece of twig, or wood I would recommend, and then that will let you place a TC back down. And the same works the other way around. Obviously once that's done, you just replace your twig or wood, and the same this side. You can't place any TC down unless Okay guys, so that's how double external base works. So what have we got over here? So what I've done with this front part is totally optional. I've just chucked it on. It's not even that good, to be brutally honest, but it's so you've got these windows if you've got this skin on this door, so you can actually have a little look for door campers through these doors. And then what we've got here is a suicide bunker, but it's meant for deception because no one's going to think there's anything inside the ramp going up here. But what you can do is you could put something in here, obviously remove this when you're not using it. You could just chuck some loot in here if you wanted, spawn on this bag inside here, grab it off this campfire. My friend Umbri online showed me this as well, so credit to him again. And there we go, so you can just grab stuff, put it in here and log off. And hopefully if your base does get raided, they might not think to look in there. Okay, moving on up. So what we've got as we come in through the front, we've got obviously a standard airlock. To the right, in this garage door, we've got our 3 furnaces. Then we come through here, we've got a locker. And what we got here is the garage doors. All up. And what we've got here is some storage. And the good thing about this is you can just crouch walk over all of it. It's like having just the steps. You can just walk straight up. And these are little shooting areas. So I'll just grab a gun just to show you what I mean. So look, you can just crouch walk up, and then obviously you can stand on these to get better angles of the other base. Or if you really want, if you get really close, you can get some absolutely amazing angles. So it's all about what type of angles you want. And the good thing is you can just walk down and then you can stand up on this one and get those angles. Alright, so we've got 3 of these little shooting floors, all the same, 3 in a row. And from the outside, as you can see, if I look over to that one, I mean you can see them garages doors lit up through that one. When the garage doors are up, it's hard to see in through there. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Plenty of storage. What we've got here is a bunker, so I'll show you the bunker. Let's go down underneath the bunker, in this side. Okay, so I'll just open up the garage doors in here. So this is the bunker. To open the bunker you need to remove 3 parts. I've only made 1 wood, so you'd have to soft pick this out. And I obviously haven't put the bunker up today for the video. Typically me. So let's put it properly. There we go, sorry about that guys. So yeah, you'd have to remove this piece of wood, this twig, and this twig. It doesn't matter which order you do it, you have to remove all 3, and then this stone will disappear. Standard stability bunker, but obviously it uses multiple pieces rather than 1 to hold it up. And then what we've got here is we've got some more storage. Again, you can just walk over it. Another loot room here. And then we've got another loot room here which you can just walk straight up into, and you've got too large and a small up there, too large, too small down, and then if you stand here, you get your workbench level 2 privilege here. And if we go through to the other side, we have another loot room. This one you can't walk straight up because it's only got a small box, so you do have to do a little jump. But in here we've got 2 large and a small, and 3 large and a small down there in the sheet metal loot rooms. And then we've got this suicide bunker in here. And you come up here, and all you do is you just look at this wall here, and you should find a barbecue in the wall. Okay, so all you do is you just access this barbecue. Oh, I've lost it now. There we go. Put whatever you want to store. Mainly, I would recommend mainly use this for offline storage. I mean, if you're online, you obviously, yeah, use the barbecue. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got some slots there that are ultra safe even when you're online. But I recommend just using it for offline storage mainly. That's why I haven't put too much in here. Then you just grab what you've just put in there, and then you've got a large box, 2 small, and another barbecue to put your stuff in. And then there's the upkeep, so that's quite cheap. And then all you need to do is make sure that this is always wood, because that is your connecting piece to this. So let's show you the rest of it. This wood piece is, and this tunnel is optional, and I'm going to show you that now. So like I said, once they're both connected, you've got 2 identical bases which are about 15 rockets each to TC, and I've added this bit as an optional extra. If you want to split the loot when you get off for the night evenly amongst the 2 bases, you can do it relatively safely with this method, and it is very cheap to do. Okay, so let's go back inside and I'll show you what I mean. So out this garage door here, open, we have this wooden area here which is just a drop down, easy to get back up if you want to. I've added some stuff in here, a couple of wooden doors. Okay, and what this does is this takes you underneath the tunnel. Yes, you can be shot from there, but hopefully they shouldn't be able to get in. I did put a little hobo barrel there just to try and cover it. And then you've got a tunnel here which you can sprint down, but normally at the end it will glitch. Normally when you get here sometimes it judders, so you just got to crouch walk the last bit, and then you are then at the other base here. And it is exactly the same on the other side. Okay guys, so let's get into the build. Okay, let's show you how to build this base. So what you want to do is start off with a double floor stack. If you don't know how to do that, I will quickly show you. So what you want to do is place a square foundation sat on the floor and chuck a ramp on the right hand side, and then look for this twig here and just put it in between your legs, crouch and grab a triangle foundation and then sit that on the floor. Still holding crouch. Now once I click this, you can't move your mouse, so I'm pushing my mouse hard into my mouse mat so it doesn't move. So I'm holding crouch, I left click, haven't touched my mouse, moving it, and all I'm doing is strafing. And then just walk it back in, so like that. Left click, and then just double check. You can get the floor stack, which I can, so that is perfect. So we've got the floor stack, we've got the 2 heights of foundations. So what we want to do next is put a square on this one, and put a square over here, and then we'll just remove the ones. And then what we want to do is put 1 square, so it's in line with that one, and then we want to add 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once we've had 8, we want to place another one, and then remove these. Okay, once that's done, we're going to go up in the air, here, here, and I'm going to make all these sheet metal now. Okay, and then what we're going to do is off of this, you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th triangle. You don't have to do this straight away. I do this because it just makes it easier to make sure you get the other base in the correct position. Okay, and then that one is going to be attached in there in a minute. So once we've done that, we can get this one in place. So you don't want the base to be in line with this one. It needs to be one over. Okay, so that's the reason why I do this arm first, so you make sure you get the base in the right place. So we go up a high foundation, 3 high foundations, and we're going to make these feet. And then obviously what you would do would be the same thing on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, sorry, 7 and 8, and then we'll make these sheets. And then remove that, that's where we're going to base will attach. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to build one of these bases because I've shown you how it works, and you're just going to replicate that on the other side. So what we do first is get TC in this corner here, like so. I will put another twig and get sleeping bag in. Then we need to remove this and grab a barbecue. Now the barbecue, you just need to put it at an angle, and I'll mark up roughly where it needs to be now. It's about here. Okay. And I will place a twig, and I can still access that through the wall. So what you want to do now is, while that's there, because you've got 10 minutes now to demolish it, make it sheet metal and check you can still access the barbecue through the wall. Okay, as long as you can access that barbecue through the wall, okay, and you've got a sleeping bag down in here, you're good to go. Okay, so let's just put a large box in there, and then you could probably put another barbecue here with some, maybe get some small boxes underneath. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, then what you want to do is get the bunker sealed up. Okay, so once you know you can get through it, we do make this one HQM, and we're going to make the roof HQM, and we are going to make the foundation HQM. Because the reason for that is because they are going to be all accessible straight away, so it's going to be 15 rockets. The other walls, they're going to have to go through something to get to it. Might make this one HQM as well. Okay, so that is the suicide bunker basically done, so you can kind of do stuff with that. So what we're going to do is move on to the next part. Here, these are sheets. It's going to be a loot room, and then we're going to have a loot room on this side. Exactly the same. So, and we'll do the furnishing probably towards the end. The most important now is getting the shell up of the base. Okay, so the next bit is going to be done in stone. And you want foundation, triangle. Miss this one out and place one here. And then off that, you can come over 2. And then this one needs to be a high one. So, on the high one, you need to go around with some honeycomb, because you do not want this to be able to be subsided, otherwise they can get into the bunker. And then what we can do after that is just do some high walls all the way around. So, and then if you've got the ladder now, you might as well put the ladder in. Put the ladder. And we're going to go and... sorry, that's my bad. We leave that one, it's just the bunker entrance. So floor the rest, apart from that one. Sorry. And then we'll put half one here. And make the sheet metal. I'm going to go and make this HQM now, because I think it is worth it. In case they soft side their way in. There we go, so we've got the bunker. So let's get the bunker working now. So what we're going to do is place 2 apples here. Make sure they're twig when you do it, obviously. Break the bottom one. Again, hard side facing the bunker entrance. both twig, make the top one stone, and this is what you want to end up with, like this. And as I showed you before, oops. So there we go. So all you want to do is just there, twig at the back there, this one, stone, and then one here, and make that good. And you've basically got to remove all three of them now. That one. Bunker. Okay, so next up, let's finish upstairs, and then I will show you how to loot it. So I do recommend putting a garage door here, and I'll show you the reason for that in a bit. It's the little the tunnel pathway that I use. So we'll be putting a garage door on there, like so. And then what we want over here is we want the entrance to the base, and we will just wall this off, stone. And then we'll put the shooting floor in, and that was with stone. Okay, so you want half wall, half wall, half wall, half wall, and then you want to put some low walls at the front, and then just roof it off like so. And then what we can do is just roof off the whole base. Okay. Once that's done, we're going to need an airlock. So chuck this on, and we'll chuck the doors on. Okay, so you've got your airlock, and then this triangle here is going to be where our furnaces are. So we put this here, and I like to make this one sheet metal as well, just in case. And we're going to grab our bar furnaces, and we're going to place 3 in here, but I would put a double door or a garage door on, depending on what you got. Either or. Put a garage door on there if you've got them. So you got your airlock, and then what I like to do is you can fit a locker in here. I have had, it can be quite hard to place sometimes, but you can get the locker in here. There we go, got a nice little cheeky locker in there. Next up, what we want to do is add, for your shooting floors here, you're going to need your campfires. So I like to put 2 on each one, and that's because when you got your gun, it elevates you, so you can see. And I do that on all 3 of these. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add more doors. So we'll put some frame here, and double frame here. Now, we make these sheet metal because if you look, sheet metal ones are thinner than the stone ones, and we need them nice and thin. So, and obviously you can just chuck garage doors on all of these. And then I'll come back and do the boxes in a minute. So, actually we can finish the boxes up here now and then go downstairs because the frame is done. So, what you want to get is a large box, and stand here, and get this box tucked in there. This one pokes out a little bit because of the door frame, like I said before. Just take your time with this one, just try and get it in there nice. That looks pretty good. Then you'll get another one in here, and we should get another one in here. So you get 4 boxes along there. Then you grab your smalls, and I am rushing it, but you should be able to tuck these in quite nicely. So on this one here, you want this one like this, so it's a bit easier to get out of the bunker. You can always move that ladder upwards if needed. I like to just come up, see, like that. And then what we do is we grab the candles. You don't have to have these. Just do them all the way along, like so. If you want to take your time and make it look good. It just means that rather than having to do a little jump up here, you can just literally walk straight up into here. Okay, so that's what the candles are for. And then what we'll do is we'll go down and furnish downstairs. Okay, so on this side here I go for the level 2 workbench, like so, and then we have to go outside now, and we need a metal foundation here, because we're going to need this later anyway. And we're just going to put a twig, like so. So what that means is we can put a twig shelf inside here. I'm going to make this stone. And then up top, I get 2 large boxes. Now take your time with this one. You want to clip it through that metal wall so it comes through evenly, like so. Place it, and that should allow you to get this one down. So sometimes you can get stuck up here, so bear that in mind. You might have to put your loot in the box, kill yourself to get out. Oh, yep, funny I said that because it just happened to me. There you go. And then we do the same downstairs. Clip this box through the wall. So then we grab a campfire and we're going to place that here. And when we're over here, we should be able to place 2 small boxes. So without getting in our way. And then we should able to do everything we want and still access the barbecue, like so. So like I've said before, you just put your loot in that barbecue, F1 kill, spawn inside here, grab it out the barbecue. Okay, that's how the suicide bunker works. And that is one loot room. It's very similar on the other side, but we do get 3 boxes downstairs. So when we do the wood bit in a minute, we'll able to place the shelf, so we'll come back to that. Okay, next up, what we want here is a half wall, 2 triangles, make them stone. Once you've done that, you put a door frame, and I think this can be stone on this one. And then what we like to do is 2 more triangles, and we're going to make these sheets. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have a similar approach. You might have to just pick similar approach to upstairs. We're going to put a large box there, and I think we put another large box here, and a small. I swear I had that last time. I must have placed that. Okay, we'll place it this way and see what happens. Okay, so we should get our sleeping bags down here and there, like so. And then what we do is just get, I mean, you can take your time more with this if you want to get it in all perfect. So in this loot room we have, should make sure our garage door's on first, actually. It's always, should have done that with these 2 as well. Don't forget to put your garage doors on for your boxes, guys. I'm a nightmare for it. Absolute nightmare. Okay, and then just chuck your smalls on. Okay, so you got your stone loot room there, so that's not so important. Then you've got your other loot rooms here, and then obviously your log off loot room there. Okay, so what I will show you now is the wooden part and the connection part. Okay. And wood. base on, you should get one more triangle here, like so. Then all you do is do some, I don't know, 2 or 3 doors, doesn't really matter, and just wall it off. Okay, so this is kind of like what it's looking like at the minute around here. And then we can put some roofing on this. So, and then all you want to do here is add wall. The reason why I've done this out of wood is it doesn't really matter if someone gets into it, but it's just a cheap, effective way to split your loot between the 2 bases. Okay, so I'm just going to simulate another base over here. Like so. And then what you would do is, it doesn't really matter, you just chuck probably some wood doors on this. It's not the world. I'll just chuck some wood, metal ones on. Okay, like so. And then we're going to come outside and I'll show you how to make the tunnel. So what you want to do is you just want some roofs all along. And the reason why 2 bases are at different heights is basically so that when these roofs connect, which hang on, I'll show you in a second. Let me just finish simulating this base. Okay, so the main reason why these 2 bases are at different heights is so when these roofs cross, they don't connect, because that's what happens when they're the same height. Okay, and then what we want over here, make sure on this base as well you've got this, and then we should be able to pop triangle roof in here, and it does leave a little gap for view, and we could block that with something, some deployable or something. And then we come down this end and it won't have connected to the metal roof, so you do have to make this one metal as well. And as you can see now, it's pretty much enclosed all the way along apart from that little gap. And then what we do is we just do the same on the other side. That one's the sheet metal one, and then the rest can be wood. Sorry, this bit's slow, you have to crouch walk it. And then you put a triangle roof on the last piece. And that is... Oh, and I like to put a campfire here as well, actually. It just makes walking up in there when you're crouched a lot easier. And then when you come around here, you can put some stuff in here. As long as it's nothing too important, because it's only wood. And I like to put a furnace and a campfire in front of that. Just makes jumping really easy. Okay, you're in, and that is that bit. So what I find is you crouch. You can normally like sprint down this bit without holding crouch, and then you get stuck normally at the end here. Yeah, so you just have to crouch at this last bit. Okay, and then obviously you would be into the other base. Let's just check, have I covered everything? No, we haven't done the front entrance yet, and this loot room down here. Okay, so this loot room is very similar to the other one. Now we've got that piece of wood outside, it lets us place this. We make it stone. Come up top, remember you can get stuck once you place the boxes. So it's the same here, you want to clip this box through the wall. Now, dude, like you said, like, I got stuck, so you probably have to put your loot in and kill yourself, or just go up there naked with the box. Then what we're going to do down here is, I think we can start with this one first. Probably the best one to do. So make sure you clip the box through the back of the wall. We're going to fit 3 large in this one. I don't know if that's worked. There we go. I sped that up because you don't want to see me doing that. Just make sure you clip them through the back of the wall fine, and you'll be fine. And you get a small in there, and let's see if we can get our campfire in here. Which will, and then it should let us get a small up. Sketching out. Come on, let me blaze it. There we go, I got it. And you can't reach that box. No. You need to try and get it in. Rotated. It's not having it, so don't worry about that one. Okay, so you've got your 2 large at the top, and then you've got your 3 large and a small in this loot room. And let's move on to the front. The front entrance. You'll have to replace that locker. Okay, so the front is totally optional. It's kind of more for deceiving people than anything else. So what you do is place a wall. Okay, make these stone, a foundation and a wall, and then you want a sleeping bag in here, and you would just call this like anything that were. It's basically just like a real cheap and nasty bunker. Like it's up to you. You could put some stuff in it, and hopefully they might not think there's anything in here. It's kind of like a hidden room where you don't think anyone's going to know about it. So once you've got that on, you can chuck the roof on the front and make that stone as well. And then you can just chuck a large box in here. Okay, and then that stone. It's fully sealed up. And then put this on the front. And to get it to work, you just pop that there. You spawn inside. And then you can just grab some stuff from the campfire and put it in this box. Okay, I know it sucks having like more than one suicide bunker, but and make sure you remove this. But it's just optional. It's just wasted space. If you do go with it, maybe just chuck some wood on the front. Grade 1. Okay, so just chuck something like this on. Okay, and then the door on the front. This could be just like a wood door. And there you go. So you could do that on the other side. Hidden little loot rooms if wanted. And I think that covers everything, guys. Okay, I tried to make it as quick as possible on this one. And yeah. I hope if you made it this far, guys, I hope you like it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah,